I was going through the histories of some of the most prolific criminals of our time and suddenly found some very surprising and interesting similarities between two infamous criminals of this century. One is Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster. He was an American serial killer and sex offender who committed the murder and dismemberment of 17 men and boys. Many of his later murders involved necrophilia, cannibalism, and permanent preservation of body parts, typically all or part of the skeleton. And the other is Theodore John Kaczynski or Ted Kaczynski, infamously known as the Unabomber. He was an American domestic terrorist, anarchist, and former mathematics professor. He killed 3 people and injured 23 others in an attempt to start a revolution by conducting a nationwide bombing campaign targeting people involved with modern technology. These are the 10 similarities I found between them. Because of medical treatments, both were traumatized as children. Dahmer had hernia surgery at the age of 6, and when Kaczynski was 9 months old, he was quarantined due to a severe case of hives for 10 days. It is reported that in both cases they changed following these experiences. They stopped smiling and became withdrawn from society. Both had a strong connection to nature. During childhood days, Dahmer was often found roaming around a forest in their neighborhood, and Kaczynski, he spent his majority of adult life living inside a secluded cabin in a forest. Dahmer and Kaczynski both were intensively isolative. They generally hated human interaction and spent most of the time with themselves. Both longed for a romantic partner, though isolative in nature, but both had a strong desire for a romantic relationship in their life, which ultimately they never got. They were said to have abandonment issues and feared social rejection. They were always very nervous and scared about getting denied or rejected for something in public. Both Dahmer and Kaczynski had a younger brother named David, who was well-liked, more stable, and successful. Both these criminals began their crime sprees in 1978. Both of them were diagnosed with the same personality disorder, STPD, by the same exact forensic psychiatrist, Park Deeds. Both had relatively long killing sprees. For Dahmer it was 13 years and for Kaczynski it was 17 years. In prison, both seemed to socially flourish for the first time ever. They really became social with others after getting into prison. So these were some of the strange similarities I found between two of the most infamous criminals of our generation. I am a stranger. Have a good night.